My cosmic brethren, good morning. What's going on with y'all? Hopefully y'all enjoyed yourselves last night. If you enjoy wrestling right now, or that if that's the case may be, that's great for you. Even my cosmic brethren. And definitely, for the ones that's outside that's watching, great for you. I'm not here to tear you down or make make fun of you. Only if you come at me because of what the viewpoints and the opinions that I have. But yeah, I'm not here to starstruck you down and just completely just laugh all over you while you. Yeah, I mean, we all have our era that we've grown up in. Whether even if I don't like it or not, we all have that era that we've grown up in. But if you're gonna assault me for the era, if you're gonna assault me for the opinions that I have and what I don't like, and which many multiple other people like me also have a problem with the product, if you don't like it, then yeah, that's why I started using my own disclaimer. And if you go past that, then I pray for you because you're taking a big risk right now. Okay, so as y'all already know, with the Clash of the Castle coming up, Clash of the Castle, it's a week away from now. Watching what I've seen so far, it makes no sense why there hasn't been no true build so far to the pay-per-view. It's a week. You gotta give it some time. It's not gonna happen. Change is not gonna happen overnight. You know who else's change didn't happen overnight? Is the man right here before you. There's a reason like guys like Cena turned megastars. There's a reason why they're a part of pop culture. They didn't attack their peers or co-workers. They weren't easily offended. No, they stunted on them in success. They took criticism, and look at the results of where they are today. It's a shame, given the person that's in high places, you would think that would pass this knowledge, given their experienced catalog. There's a reason I haven't talked or haven't gone over with y'all the past Raw and SmackDowns and NXT because I wanted to sit back and wait for a little bit. I wanted to gather up all that I can of what's been happening. There's been changes, but they've been minor. They've done nothing to improve the show. They've done nothing. Regardless of whatever podcaster or whoever you've been listening to, that's with bias, that's been brainwashing y'all brains. You can believe whatever they want you to believe or not, because with the past month already, it's about to be a month, and I saw nothing of value, nothing no any type of build going into Clash of the Castle. It's been the same shit, just like we've been getting, regardless if it's Vince McMahon or Triple H. I'm sitting all over Twitter just laughing at the geek, tribalistic, fangirls. It's like they always want to come at the crowd too, like the crowd in attendance. Like y'all always want to whine, and he's like, what? Why are they not reacting? Like with the recent return, it's like, why is the crowd so quiet? Because they don't know who these individuals are. Like you saw with the quietness and just the confused faces. Like when I talked about that one guy, especially like the one guy said it all, with the return of KROSS and people even like DEXTER, LUMIS, like these wrestlers that Triple H is that built up, they don't even before that, they don't know who they are. They don't know who they are, nor do they don't care. They just want to be entertained. You have divas like Punk gradually over time. That's a shame, because he wants everybody now to since he's this martyr. He wants everybody to to have glued lips right up his anal, and he wants to also join a geek of losers who don't know anything about wrestling also, just because who they listen to on YouTube. he wants to join in and say that casuals don't matter. like, that statement is so, that's just, it's irritatingly laughable. No casual, Disney has a lot of casuals, right? These big corporations, the money that they make, billions, is from casuals, right? Like I said, a certain demographic that likes, us, like a ECW or NXT or that indie fed crappy wrestling. Like, that's a low number. There's a reason why there's a majority that likes, big budgeted games, or, a very majority makes up millions. Especially when you take into account these people, just like myself. I come from a great session from the gym. People come home from work. I'm doing something elsewhere, and I just want to come back, just like I've always grown up on. Whether it's a story or not, I want to be entertained. I want to sit back, and sometimes I want to be entertained. I just want to see, just laugh out, or dangerous action or something like that. I want to be entertained. I don't want to see what. That obviously, I want something to be built off that. That's okay, but I want something to be built off. I don't want to just watch for the sake. When it comes to wrestling, nobody really cares about people. Why it's been a staple, a popular thing for so long. People, they don't care when they tune in. They don't care to see if there's nothing to go into it, or whoever they can relate to. That's why they watch. People watch for characters. People watch for stories. People watch to laugh, to feel emotion, to feel something. Regardless of not, you can grow tears, and you can, throw tantrum tantrums and all over your bed or not. Casuals do matter. That's why WWE has become a staple, and how it's been so popular for a point of time. That's why WWE has the name that it has today. That's why certain companies have the name that they have today. That's why, certain like games that have made the growth that they have, that have the names, because of casuals. That whole argument right there too, when you talk about that, is laughable in itself. Like, obviously you can't listen to those people. Like, those people, they obviously can't take criticism, and they're soy. They have soy feelings. They can't handle in the long run. They're entitled, and they always want to be kissed up on. It's pathetic, but it's reality. And that's the same thing with these current generation of wrestlers. Instead of working on themselves, instead of having their own thing, having creativity, having their own character, having charisma. That's what Seth. That's great to see too. And Sami Zayn, he's another one that I like. He understands. He's really, I really like him right now, because he's like super goofy, and he's just over the top. I like that. It's obvious that he's starting to know too. You don't see him. I mean, he has been made a mistake himself, and he has been a part. He has probably been much of a geek, or he's had his feelings hurt. He's had his moments, but for the most part, he hasn't relied on one aspect to desperately get over. Which is why many people like him. Roman Reigns too. Whether it's if it may look corny or too long, or they're just like, oh yeah, he understand it. They understand what it took for people to like him. They try to force something. That's what fails also. They understood what had to be done. And Roman Reigns, instead of, it's why these people, they have, which is why Reigns is just the most growing thing in wrestling right now. There's a reason why he's the best thing in wrestling right now. It's the reason why he has so many memes. Like, people like the character. People like he's entertaining to them. That's why people tune into online, and whoever you watch, what you watch, because you're entertained by them. They have a character. Whether who it's really whether who it's really who they are or is not. You like them because of they're entertaining you. They're a character. They're an over exaggeration of that. I said, if you can't get with it, then that's why there's a small demographic of you, which people who don't really care about. I said it's not okay. It's okay to have what you like, but if you're gonna school and try to scold and get upset at other people because they have their own opinions about what is universally, which is the correct, it's obviously it's correct, because when you look at something, it's not getting better, it's not great, there's no effort in it, then yeah, just turn it off. Just turn, but of course you're gonna have individuals who don't, they want to, just because of whoever they listen to, or a certain company, they've been telling them not to just certain brainwash, which is why you have we're in the state that we are in now. And yeah, it is, it's an utter shame. So yeah, like these, I wanted to show something more, but there's a reason why. These returns, they haven't been doing anything. HITROW, DEXTER, LUMIS. I kind of like what they're doing. I may talk about that more too, but I kind of like what they're doing with them right now also. But they're these returns haven't been doing anything. The viewership dropped. They lost a lot of millions. It's sitting around right now at basically like 2 million. Where did that 4 million go? Like I said, like people got mad at me because they did. People got mad at me because I said that people that certain amount of people only tuned in, and people agree. You had a number of people that agree with me, but yeah, people tuned in. That close to 1 million. That a reason why that longer amount of people that tuned in, you had that big viewership in 2 years, because they wanted to see, after Vince McMahon left, they wanted to see what was going to happen. What's going on. And when they saw that it's not, they saw that it's just the same old, whether it's comedy, wrestling, entertainment, or you want to say it's Vince McMahon or Triple H's, long work rate, geeked out, monkey aerial assault, indie fatties. They don't care about that, which is why they lost that 1 million, and then they further lost that 4 million, and which is why they're sitting right now at 2 million, and it's going to get worse. SmackDown I think that SmackDown is still at, because you still have Roman Reigns, going to the clash at the castle. Once he leaves, once he goes on another vacation, and that gets worse too. Once he leaves, it's going to get worse. Whether y'all fail to believe or not, it's going to drop. Viewership is going to drop, like it has been on Raw. I said that amount of viewers that left because they wanted to see if something actually was going to happen. If we were actually going to get a glimpse of what was going to go back, or just something that has some type of an enjoyment. But no, it's still whack. Like I said, these returns, they aren't doing anything. So, as falsely that you like to believe or not, that some of y'all like to believe or not, they're not doing anything. Just because I understand that the returns, you have to, you want to. Like I said, that I have no problem with that, as long as they have a character. As long as they have something that's of value to them, have me engage with. Keep me watching something. I'm desperately trying to get back into watching consistently wrestling. And I would think with Triple H that he has, the catalog and the type of experience that he has. I would like to have myself know that, he would at least pass this knowledge, or they would so like to talk about how, It's important. The story, the characters are important. Why haven't you told that to your midget, your midget buddies? Like, come on, like, there's a difference between telling the truth and obviously lying. You can just look at the product. It hasn't been good. There hasn't been any changes. Like I said, there's been minor changes, but as far as like the important, in which the writing, the scripts of the show, not that you need to have any scripts. I would like that. I hate scripts, but as far as the major problem of the show, it hasn't changed at all. It still sucks. Wrestlers, it's still matches. It's turning into AEW. It's nothing good has been happening this month, and we're about to go in September. Clash of the Castle is next week, literally, and there has been nothing that has been entertaining me, and I'm pretty sure, just like millions of all over, just why that they lost in that viewership, millions. That hasn't been, that they haven't given them a reason to come back. That's the problem that they continue to have. What's the difference? I want to talk about that also. What's the difference? Like Vince McMahon has, it was obvious he had his favorites. He had what he thought was a star, whether that's a bodybuilder. And it's obvious what Triple H has. He has his favorites, what he likes. And that's a skinny or a fat midget that is obsessed with work rate matches, that listen to people that have that for an amount of time, like a Dave Meltzer, just because that they have a certain meaning or whatever they say, that is supposed to be what they go after, and that's not the case. Like I said, you can believe in whatever you want to believe. You have these brainwashed, biased podcasters out here. Listen to the real ones, and they'll tell you exactly who they are. Millennial Smart, Technical Work Rate Productions, people like that, people who I listen to also. They don't. It's obvious that we have our problems, but we tell y'all like it is. Yeah, like I said, I don't like any midgets. I don't like CM Punk. I don't like I never liked John Cena. It's obvious I have dislikes, but I don't put that into the show. I acknowledge them. I like Roman Reigns, even though I don't like him. I like him. He's the best thing that's going on in wrestling right now. The stuff that I'm hearing, like the title changes. Triple H giving wrestlers, their other their other sources of income, like Twitch. The changing of titles. Okay, bringing people back. Is it improving the show? Is the show getting better? No. It's even worse. Because there's nothing to enjoy in the show. It's just matches and promos. Like I said, obviously there's there, but you have to give more to go deeper into something else. You can't just be a promo and that's okay. That's what no, that's not a story. That doesn't coincide with, okay, this is why these wrestlers, they're facing each other, this is why they have beef. No. Like I said, there's a reason why Shawn, Brett, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, or I say, Triple H and Batista, Shawn and Brett, Taker and Kane. There's a reason why those rivalries. At a point in time, WCW, before WWE became the soul, there's a reason why they're influential. They're parts of history. It's because they had characters around them. They had a story going into their matches. People cared about these people. They didn't give a fuck about the wrestling. Sorry, not sorry. If we don't address the issue, then, which obviously isn't going to happen, we got to band together. We have to fight back. We can't take mediocrity. If we don't, then the same thing is going to continue to happen.